Hi everyone, my name is Susan Lee. I am the Executive Director of Yellow Chair Collective and a licensed mental health therapist. I am also a co-author of the book Where I Belong, Healing Trauma, Embracing Asian American Identity. Today, I have a presentation for you called Where You Belong, Cultural Identity as Healing. The next 15 minutes that we have together through this presentation is not going to be a lecture, but an invitation to explore who you are together. And that whether you come from an Asian American or AAPI background or not, this presentation is meant for you to be able to explore your own cultural identity and find your sense of storytelling and sense of belonging. As we get started, I wanted to introduce you all to a very simple grounding exercise in our book, Where I Belong, Healing Trauma and Embracing Asian American Identity. This is one of the first grounding exercises in the book, and I've shortened it for the purposes of this presentation today. And so if you'd like to join me, go ahead and take a deep breath, get settled down, take a seat, lie down, whatever feels comforting for you. And take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that one more time for yourself. And in your mind's eye, draw an image of a house, just an outline of the house. And for the next few minutes, we're going to be filling this house with things that feel grounding to us. So fill the house with the answers to these following prompts. First, is what moments this week are you grateful for? Think of all the different moments that are coming to you and just go ahead and put it into this house like a collage. Second, who are the people in your life that help you through hard times? Think of all the different people that are coming to your mind for you, all the different ways that they have supported you, and go ahead and put them into this house. And finally, what is one gift you have received in the past that brought you joy? Go ahead and think of the gift and put it into this house. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and take a look at this house and all the joyful, grounding emotions that you are experiencing as you're witnessing this house filled with the people in your life, with the things that you're grateful for and the gift you have received. Take a breathe in again and out. And flutter your eyes open. So we're talking about Asian American mental health today, so I wanted to provide you with the context, a data point for us to get started. 78% of Asian Americans do not fully feel like they belong or are accepted in the US. 78%. 65.4% of second-generation Asian Americans reported experiencing at least one average childhood experience and severe psychological distress. And yet, only 50% of Asian Americans are likely, or 50% are less likely than other racial groups to seek mental health services. This is often due to cultural stigma and fear of negative perception. And so there's definitely a high need for Asian Americans to need and seek mental health services. One of the key topics that we'll be talking about today within the Asian American mental health has to do with this concept of intergenerational trauma. And some folks may have been introduced to it, but for those of you that may or may not be familiar with it, the way that I like to describe intergenerational trauma is a pain point that is being passed down through families. So through one generation to the next generation to the next generation. Perhaps it comes from an experience such as war, racism, or abuse. But either way, this pain that has not fully been processed or verbalized, and in a way, it just kind of shows up and lives with us in our lives. And as we continue to pass it down through the generations, it just becomes a silent experiences. I sometimes like to talk about intergenerational trauma as a ghost in the family. So let me tell you about the ghost in my family. In my family, the ghost started that I know of is from my grandmother. My grandmother had lived through the war and was displaced from her house. And when she was displaced from her house, she needed to work as basically a housekeeper to the rest of the relatives in order for her to have a place to live. She needed to make sacrifices, and her sense of identity as a woman to serve, to make sacrifice, and to clean the house as a housekeeper was really important for her survival. Now, the message of the identity as a woman and the sacrifice and cleaning and all that had been passed down to my mom from my grandmother. So my mom also adapted this role of the family, a woman of the family, as her identity too. That a woman is quiet, submissive, and that her value in society and in the family relied upon her perfectionistic qualities of cleaning and cooking. That identity had also been passed down to me. I've been taught, even as a little girl, how to behave as a girl, how to clean because I'm a girl, how to look clean, and how to serve, especially the men in the household. Life as a caregiver is something that my identity was held on to. And so for me, it became also a question of, well, I don't know who I am if I'm not really taking care of other people. That's a message that has been passed down to me from my mom as well. So this healing, this trauma and the ghost that has continuously been passed down to us, the healing part came when I started looking back and questioning all of this. Who am I if I really am not taking care of other people? What kind of role can I have outside of being a woman? And how can I create a home for myself? Because I'm not displaced like my grandma was. So this question of going back on our journey and thinking about the different silent stories and survival strategies that has been passed down to me, that has been the starting point of my healing. And I think about the intergenerational healing journey as this 3-part process. The first part has to do with the sense of belonging. And it's not just a sense of belonging when it comes to my relationship with others. It has a lot to do with my sense of belonging to myself. because I created a lot of sense of shame around the parts of me that wanted to be selfish sometimes, that didn't want to take care of other people. I rejected those parts of me. But for me to accept all parts of me and saying, I love being able to take care of other people and I need a space of my own to take care of myself. That created an acceptance of all parts of who I am, not just me as the eldest daughter, a woman, a caregiver in the household. So that is part of the healing journey, the first part of the healing journey. The second part has to do with community. It's being curious and validating each other's experiences too, so that my story, as I've just told, can be shared with other people and that they get to share with me about their experiences as well. And that we reflect on how society is creating and solidifying these messages. And lastly, part 3 of this healing journey has to do with finding and integrating what brings me joy. We have to have joy and fun in our lives. And this is integrative of intergenerational healing, where I try to have fun and find joyful things with myself and my mom and my grandmother too. So we're not just talking about things that are painful, but we're also able to accept and create spaces for conversations around how to have fun with each other. So I would like to leave you with one last thing of question. How would you like to reclaim your identity today? What are things that you would like to take back that is yours? And how can you create more sense of that joy and sense of belonging for all parts of you today? Thank you so much for joining me in this very short presentation around Where I Belong, Healing Trauma and Embracing Asian American Identity. Again, my name is Susan Lee, and you can find out more about my work as a trauma therapist and as a mental health practitioner. We are able to service all the communities around across the states. You can find us at Yellow Chair Collective and all the platforms and on our website as well. Thank you.